That's the way it was when they acquired it, I gather, huh?
There's more what it looked like. So you can see the road was up here, so it was on this side.
Oh.
So that's why the front of the house is actually facing the road here. And that house, of course, was not here, and none of these others were. So he had a direct view of the pond.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can see none of the houses are there.
Is this the pond?
Yeah, the pond would be over here.
Oh, I see.
So
Some of the water
you can see it
now,
from the front. This would be the front of the house, and the road, actually, here's the road comes up.
Is there snow in this picture, maybe? Is that why?
Yes. Snow in that picture.
Interesting. And this is from the hill, huh?
Yes, and that's just right up here on top, over top of the pond up.
Oh.
And the wall was built out. The people who had purchased the house after Warney's death had, and I'm using names, I'm assuming you know, because you're writing a book, you know all this, okay?
Right.
Had covered up all the fireplaces, and the floors, the wooden floors, everything. So in renovating this, they had to uncover everything in here. Unfortunately, the people who had
wished I could, but Illinois is pretty off the beaten track.
Lots going on in Oxford, of course.
Yes.
So this is a pattern very much like Joy's pattern that she had over here for her dishes. And you'll see a couple pictures of Joy.
Yes, here's one I don't think I've seen before.
Yes, and she's there leaning against this nice little brick.
Yes.
It's right there, yeah. So that's what it actually looked like.
And this must be when Jack was having...
Exactly.
I've read all the letters.
Right, okay.
All 3 volumes.
Wonderful.
I'm sure there are others out in the world that haven't gotten into a volume yet. But
right. Yeah, that's the typewriter. And here's, if you want to sign your name, you can also take it around. That's where he gave you the story where he got up out of the bed and crashed to the floor and Warney came in.
Yes. Why?
And I think Maureen used to practice her music in this room. There's a piano, in here. Now, early on, Mrs. Moore was, I believe, in that room, and Maureen in this room.
Oh, okay.
And what Jack did was he closed his bedroom door off and sealed it.
Oh.
So the women would have privacy and go down, and then he built the stairway that you probably saw.
Oh, I had read about that.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it when I came in.
Yeah, that's right. This is not the original stairway. We've redone it. But and the tradesman entrance is out here and goes out this gate. So,
wow.
Yeah. And this is his bedroom. There's Jack with Mrs. Moore and Maureen.
Oh yes, I've seen that picture.
Yes.
It looks like an Oxford student in that one.
Yes. And his cup of tea, and a cigarette in one hand, and a cup of tea sitting there. I like that picture because it kind of is him as I...
Yes.
Big house Lewis was in.
I'm planning to go there on this trip too.
What they did is, it's the Wade, called the Wade Collection, and Mrs. Wade, when the house was sold after Warney's death, things were being just auctioned off. And someone contacted her, similar to what they had then. These are the colors. You can kind of see here. Here's original pictures.
Oh yes.
This is the gardener. And that's who Lewis fashioned Puddleglum after.
Yes.
And the cat, who Lewis put on pension and said we were keeping the cat around. And that's a picture of Douglas and the 2 ladies who kept the house and did the cooking. And if you want, let me take these off. And I have some tea here. If you want some tea later, we can have some tea. And if you want a good picture, though, there you go.
So that's an AGA, A-G...
A-G-A.
A, huh. Oh yes, I see it now.
Right. And this is this oven is 250 and this one is 450.
Wow.
So in order to cook at 350, we have to fix the you put these plates in that are up here to cool it down.
Wow.
You want the light off so it doesn't, I don't know if that's any
No,
better.
I don't think that
Yeah,
helps.
it's just going to glare on it.
Well, I think...
Let's turn the light on. Here we go. And then these are some pictures, complimentary compliments of Wheaton College.
Nice.
And Walter.
Oh, sounded like a power
Okay.
failure.
I know where the power box is, so. Alright, there's two. That
Played him, huh?
Played him, yeah. Isn't that neat?
Yes.
An old radio, there's some more shadow lamps up. Let me see if I can't go around there and hit the breaker. Tip over as easily as a canoe would.
I saw a bunch of punts on the Cherwell
Right,
yesterday.
Right. They just use the sticks, of course. To,
Yeah.
or that built on. Jack had built on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Huh.
So none of that was there when they purchased the home. And then that's the children's room or Mrs. Moore's room, either one.
Huh.
You want me to take a picture of you out here or something?
Well, if you don't mind. The moving picture.
Okay.
So thank you. Now this is the pond that Lewis used to swim in. Hard to believe. Looks like Irish water because it's black, and yet you can see the bottom here in the shallow end. And this is the bench that he and Tolkien used to sit in, smoke their pipes and talk. And it was actually buried for some years, and then after the park was developed here, someone discovered that the bench was actually under the dirt, and they dug it out. Stumbling on the trail here. I realize this is the first time I've been in the woods in England. I've done it in Ireland a number of times. It's very similar to Pennsylvania as far as the fauna. C.S. Lewis Nature Reserve. I had never imagined the front of it facing their little woods. I think their woods was 8 acres. But I always imagined the house facing this way with the road in front of it, but it's not in front of it at all. And the road that's on the side of it here didn't exist when they bought it. In loving memory of my brother Clive Staples Lewis, born Belfast, 29th November 1898, died in this parish, 22nd November 1963. Men must endure their coming hence. Warren Hamilton Lewis, Major Royal Army Service Corps, born Belfast, 16th June 1895, died in this parish, 9th April 1973.